Got sweet tea in my cup, I ain't sipping no walk. I'm gonna post all my songs on TikTok. No one might listen, but I might get a couple. I might be dumb, but I know how to use big words. Yeah, so I'll use the word rebuttal. Oh yeah. So I've been thinking, man, like, how crazy life changes, man. Hell, you could be damn perfectly fine one day, but then you could wake up tomorrow, be like crippled to every damn bone in your body. But like, the next day you'll be alright, man. I feel like there's a lot of worry in this world. Like, people worry too much. And, you know, what am I saying? I worry myself to death, you know. I just gotta, you know, remember that, you know, God got me. So, I don't need to worry. But I was just thinking, like, back in elementary school. So, you know how, like, you have these, like, people that will come into your gym and will set up little booths, you know, showing their job. Now, they usually do this in high school, but they did it at my elementary school when I was in elementary school. And they had people from the science center, like astronauts, like people who work on like all kinds of stuff, all kinds of different random stuff. And you want to know, one guy's table had nobody at it? It was the carpentry guy, the guy who did trades. Nobody was at that table because we're little kids and we're looking at, oh, I want to be an astronaut. So I went over to this dude's table and, you know, he starts explaining his job. He's a carpenter. He does this. He works with wood. He builds houses and all this. And he notices that nobody's really paying him no attention and nobody's really interacting with him. So then he just, you know, says, oh, y'all must think I'm boring. Now, low-key felt bad for the guy, but I really didn't know, like, much about carpentry or building houses. But fast forwarding a couple years, now I'm a senior in high school, and that's what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to be a welder. Everybody wants to be a plumber. Everybody wants to be a carpenter. Like, it's just so weird how, like, as we evolve and grow as people, like, our stuff changes. I know that's a regular thing as humans as we do, but it's just mind-blowing that, like a year from now, I could be a totally different person, man. But I feel like we're so stuck in the present, you know? Like, I feel like when we worry about stuff, like, we're like, this is never going to get better. And then 2 months down the road, we're like, you know, I shouldn't have worried about that because it was something minor and I had it fixed and it was nothing. Like, I've watched people that I've grown up with since, like, elementary school, like, get into drugs, man, start crashing their cars, start dropping out of school, man. And it kind of makes me sad because, like, dang, bro, like, back then when you were a kid, you were, you know, you really had something. But then, like, just because the people you hung around affected you in such a way that, you know, made you do all this bad stuff, man. I feel like our friends influence us a lot, but I feel like you can have good and bad friends. Like, you can have that one friend that, you know, gets a job and they start making money. And so now you feel like you're less because, you know, they're making money. They're like, oh, yeah, I can buy this, I can buy that. And so you are like, man, I need to get a job because I want to be like them. So you start working your way up. And, you know, that's something called friendly competition. Like, when my buddies do something, I feel like it's something I have to do to where I gotta level up and be on their status, you know? And like, me and my friends, we never are like, oh yeah, I'm better than you, I'm better than this, I'm better than you, I can do better than you than this. Like, we need friendly competition as humans. That's why we need other people. But then on the other side, you have people that's gonna influence you in a harmful manner, right? Like, you got friends who are gonna introduce you to these drugs, gonna introduce you to these things that are going to hurt you mentally. It's also not your friend's fault. It's also social media's fault. Because I will admit, you know, I spend a lot more time on my phone than I need to, but I find myself like I get on TikTok at night and like I'm in a binge, like I'm stuck, but I know I need to get up and do something. Like, it's just crazy how like we soak these things in. And I feel like that's a difference between us 100 years ago with our grandfathers. Our grandfathers didn't have, you know, social media. They didn't have this. The only thing they knew, the only way they got like news was like the newspaper. And, you know, the newspaper ain't constantly updated. You get it the next morning. Like, our grandfathers had to get up and go work in a coal mine, you know, had to go work in a coal mine so they can feed their families, making like 12 cents an hour, man. And now you got kids nowadays who are like, oh, if I don't have a $15 an hour job, then I'm not getting a job. But then you got to think like, well, I mean, $15 an hour, like, if you're making $8.50, you ain't gonna pay your bills, man. Like, it's just so crazy how we've changed over time. And I don't know, it just really just a thought I thought about, man. I know I'm rambling in this video, but I feel like it's something that I've been wanting to talk about and share. like how we've changed as humans. I'm not making this video to say y'all's friends are bad. Like, you know, it's who you are. It's who you're going to be. But just think about this. Go in your friend group and look around. And are your friends providing you friendly competition and making you want to work more to be better and to show them? And guess what? If you work more and you show them, they're going to be like, oh, boy's catching up to me. I got to do better. So you all elevate at the same time. I don't know. I know this video is kind of random. And I know the beginning of the video was kind of dumb. But I don't know. I thought I would share that. But y'all have a good day. God bless you.